Okay, so what we have here is our standard grocery store chicken thighs. So let's get them out of the package. I'm gonna lay these chicken thighs out, skin side down first. Okay, so now that we've got our chicken laid out on a wire rack, we're gonna season the meat side of them. And today, I'm gonna be using Rob's Mate seasoning. We'll give that a shake, and I'll leave a link in the description for this. Give that a shake to mix it up, and we'll just give this chicken a nice coating. So now that we've got that seasoning done, let's go ahead and flip them over. So since we want crispy skin, we're going to season the skin of the chicken with some kosher salt. Now what that kosher salt is going to do is it's going to draw moisture from the skin and leave us with a drier skin to hopefully get some crispy skin. You could go through and kind of clean this skin up a little bit, but I'm going to leave it on because we can get a little bit of crispy bits with them. So let's get them salted. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just hit the top of this chicken skin with some kosher salt. And again, this salt will start to draw out moisture as well as season the chicken. And we have it on a wire rack because we're going to put this chicken in the refrigerator for as long as we can, really. Ideally, you'd like to do this overnight, but we're going to just put it in and cook this chicken for dinner. So now that we've got the chicken nicely salted, that salt's going to draw out the moisture, leading to some drier skin. And so we'll put this in the fridge for as long as we can. We're going to cook this chicken for dinner, so maybe about 8 hours it's going to be in the fridge. Alright, okay, so it's been about 8 hours in the fridge that I left these things uncovered. You can see that most of the salt dissolved on them, and they're kind of tacky to the touch. This one, the salt didn't dissolve as much, but they're kind of tacky, a little dry on the skin. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip them over. We're going to spray them with some vegetable oil so that way we can get some more seasoning on them. Alright, so now that we have them all flipped over, we're going to spray them. We do the bottom sides first because the skin side is the presentation side. So we're going to spray them down, and then we'll add some more of the Rob's Mate rub. So we'll go ahead and season them with the Rob's Mate. Now that we're done seasoning, let's flip them over and do the other side. Alright, so now that we got them flipped over, let's go ahead and spray this side. And when choosing a spray to spray something down, don't use like anything like olive oil. Stick to your canola, vegetable, or even duck fat. Those have a higher boiling temp, so it'll help crisp this up. Alright, so now that we have this completely seasoned, let's go ahead and get the pit ready. Alright, so we've laid out our charcoal. So let's let that kind of burn down. We'll throw the grate on over it to just start to get the whole environment kind of hot. And what we've laid it in an indirect fire. You always want to kind of lay it in an indirect fire If your chicken's looking a little burnt, it's too close to the heat, so you're able to move it away. And we'll get ready to start throwing on the chicken. All right, so we've laid out our charcoal, our grill's nice and hot. Let's go ahead and start putting down the chicken. Okay, so we laid out our chicken. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the lid on and let this thing start cooking. All right, so a quick update on the chicken. We have been flipping them pretty regularly. So we're gonna go ahead and flip them again. You can see that they've got a really nice golden color. We're gonna keep them away from the fire like we have been during this whole cook. I did have to add in some more charcoal. So I moved the grate away and then added the charcoal, let it burn down a little bit, and then put the grate back on. But we're gonna flip it skin side down. You really wanna be careful when flipping it skin side down. For example, I flipped it skin side down and this one was a little too close to the fire, and as you can tell, let's see if I can get that to focus, it got a little too crispy. So really pay attention when flipping it skin side down, because again, that's the presentation side. You don't want to serve a bunch of chicken that has a bunch of burn marks on it. So we'll flip that over, get the skin a little bit more crispy on these little, on the ones that it hasn't fully been yet. And then we'll keep letting it go. Look, Max. All right, so this chicken's just about done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it over one more time to get that really crisp chicken skin. And we're gonna spray a little bit of the vegetable oil on it to get that final push. But these things are pretty much done. So we can see we're gonna just coat the top of these things and let it get one more final push on it. All right, so we've let these chicken thighs rest for about 10 to 15 minutes, and I can't wait to dig in. So we're gonna go ahead and try this one right on top. You know, let's just go ahead and pull off the skin. The chicken thigh itself is still really juicy, but look at that skin. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on it. It's so good. Let's see. Let's go ahead and taste it. It's so crunchy. That Rob's Mate seasoning really has a garlicky, kind of salty taste to it. And it's just very exceptional. Max can't have any of it, unfortunately, for this video. We'll go ahead and try the meat of the thigh. Oh, it's just falling right off the bone. It's so hot still. But let's try it. It's still really juicy. That's so good. I mean, the rest of this, look at this, look at this skin, so crispy. Oh, that's so good. Let's add some skin with some of the meat here. I just dropped a piece and Max is just eyeballing it. We're gonna be cooking videos like this every week. So go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Really help this thing grow. I really appreciate all of you 29 subscribers. All right, until next time, peace.